Good morning, YouTube. Happy 4th of July. Happy 3rd of July. Okay, so I am determined not to let my YouTube channel become the Trump show. But unfortunately, the material never stops. Okay. Okay, so we all know about what happened now. So we were just reeling from these comments about the girl Micah on Morning Joe. That was yesterday. We were still talking about it. Then he has, instead of taking it back, as the Kojic say, instead of taking it back, he'll add more to it. So now he's added more to it. Now he's got some meme. Excuse me. Now he's got some meme of him jumping on the CNN, beating the shit out of him at some wrestling thing. This dude is shameless. Donald Trump is distracting people from what he's supposed to be doing. I don't think it's a coincidence. Who could come up with something stupid to say every single morning? And even with all the media attention on him, he still comes up with something new to add to it. That's no mistake. I don't have a high respect for his intelligence or that kind of intelligence that he has, but I don't think this is a coincidence. So he's distracting us from the fact that this health care bill is failing, and probably a host of other things that he wants to distract our attention from. He's supposed to be meeting with Putin in a couple of days, and we're stuck in this mess. Well, let me check the media people. Okay, so you guys, I'm on your side, but you created this monster. Media, CNN, MSNBC, of course, Fox. You guys have created this monster. When Donald Trump first started running for president, I used to say, well, my God, every channel you turn to is talking about Donald Trump. I've never seen anybody get this much airplay. You guys made him because he was good entertainment. I don't think the media really took him that seriously in the beginning, but as the momentum began to build, he started taking advantage of it. He started calling into every show on television. He openly bragged about, I don't know, it must be dusty here. I'm going to sneeze it. Well, forgive me if I sneeze a couple times because it feels very dusty in this corner. Anyway, housework later. Trump now. Okay. So they covered every kind of speech. Other people were vying, all these other Republicans were vying for any kind of media attention at all. Hillary could buy whatever she wanted to buy, but she could not compete with the amount of press that this Donald Trump was getting, right? And he would go on television and proudly boast about how little his campaign was costing him. Because believe me, if he could have been hitting the pockets properly, he would have backed out. Because he don't want to spend none of his money. He spent your money. CNN for all the money you could have charged for all this free publicity. Okay, so you gave him all this press. Now, eventually, of course, we all know that the lower middle class white population probably put Trump in office. But they didn't build that momentum. That momentum had to build, and it was built because of the press. Press, you guys, you did it yourself. You created a monster, and didn't even charge him for it. And now look what you got on your hands. He has got no respect for the press. Now you would think the average person, let me see. If the press had catapulted me into a position, I don't want to be president, but some high position, I would be beholding to them. I would say, oh, look what you guys have done for me. Let me throw you some free advertisement. Let me promote your interests. Let me do something for you to repay you for what you did for me, like they do in rest of politics. But not Donald Trump. You put him in office, and he turned around and turned that very same energy against you. So now he's made the press the enemy. I think most intelligent people are going to be able to figure out pretty quick what he's up to. He's distracting us. All of the used things that are on his desk, and he comes up with this shit, which only takes a few seconds to tweet something. I hate Twitter. I hate Twitter because I just had a thought about rainbows on Mars, okay? That's it. Post it. That's how fast it is. I mean, it's just something that happens in a couple of seconds. Now, he has controlled all of the airwaves since he's been in office, basically. Every time the energy goes down a little bit, he pumps it back up with some other stupid kind of statement. And he doesn't seem to mind it being embarrassing or seeming beneath him. There is nothing beneath Donald Trump. There's no depth to how low he'll go to get what he's after. We're going to find out that every time something big is on the table, we get one of these distractions. But press, you got to take it. You're going to have to take it on the chin. You're going to have to say, listen, we are complicit. We helped him to get in the White House. And it's the truth. It is the truth. I'm sorry, honey. If you already gave, well, I don't think that he was really competing with that much. Maybe Jeb Bush would have been okay, but his name was so tarnished. But Ted Cruz, I don't think it'd be anything wonderful either. So anyway, so now you're stuck with Trump. So if he's still doing this after 100, however many days he's been there, about 6 months. If he is still doing this after 6 months, after all of the scandal that is caused every time he does it, this Twitter thing, he's not going to stop that. That's working for him. However it's working, it is working for him. He has controlled the news cycle. He is playing them like a fiddle. You guys, you helped create it. All right. I'm not going to turn my life into the Trump show. I'll try to give it a few minutes here and there. But that man will keep you on your toes consistently. And I'm sure he is in competition with anything else that will get the news. He don't want to compete with nobody, not even his own White House. So he'll throw some out. Because, I mean, we were just talking about the Mika thing. And we weren't even over talking about that yet. And you would think that the very last thing he would do is go and throw something else controversial on the following day. That's telling you that he don't give a damn. He don't care about your feelings. Fuck your feelings. I'm a billionaire. Or so he says. More will be revealed there. I wish we could just get one factor that was able to tell the absolute truth. And we can find out the real story behind Donald Trump. I don't think it's going to be to the tune of $10 billion. I really don't. Although maybe he is a whiz with money, but I just don't believe it. I can't believe anything he says. Now, let me say one more thing about this because I got things to do. What was that? Now I lost the thought. Oh yeah, I told you guys before. If someone is constantly calling people liars, if they are challenging everything other people say, everyone's a liar. People you never dream of calling them a liar, it's because they're liars. Now, the only one proven to be a liar so far that I can see are two of them. This dude Flynn, and the primary liar is Donald Trump himself. He's always calling people liars. It's somebody always talking about somebody stealing something from them. Everybody's a thief. You can't trust nobody. They're thieves. That's why. That's why they see it that way. I know I've said this in another video before, but it's the truth. So he's calling everything fake news, but he is the primary person who brought. We didn't even have that word in our vocabulary last year. Donald Trump brought all that. So now everything is fake news. But who is the primary person who presents fake news? Him. He's the one that tells fake news. He's the one that doesn't mind lying to the whole world. He doesn't care. That's bold. You're a bold dude, Donald Trump. You're a mean one, Mr. Trump. That's from The Grinch.